Yeah, it's about that time. You're rocking with your boy Damo Unleashed and Sky Black on the Nashville Cavemen podcast. Stay tuned.
Falling on the whip with the crystals on the side. Doors flip up, yeah, we call it suicide. Creeping like a spider every time that I ride. Yeah, I smile at my haters, just a fuck what they proud. And the car so dope, then the truth tell a lie. $1 million dreams make a broke nigga high. Dudes get mad when they wanna say hi. The paint so wet that it make a pussy slide. Sun rooftop with the wood grain grip. Ain't even raining, but the paint still drip. I'm not even traveling, but baby, I'm a trip. So she riding up the mountainside just to see the tip. Top of the world, that's what they ain't wanna be. Riding in a battle, adding to my legacy. Crystals on the chrome, yeah, the body so G. I'm a stunt so hard, niggas can't stand me.
What is going on, everybody, man? Happy Tuesday. Just a couple days before the 4th of July, man. We want to welcome y'all to the show, the Nashville Cavemen podcast, with myself and my co-host that is like a brother of mine. So I'm going to roll out the red carpet and let him introduce himself. So the floor is yours.
What's up, everybody? Again, another Tuesday, another week. All right, Dame, I forgot to send you the man. I've been so busy, man. I forgot to send you the darn Cash App thing. Okay, so I'll give it to you tonight, Dame. I forgot all about that, man. I had so much going on.
I know how that be, man. Trust me.
Thanks for everybody who listened to the Deep Link Radio Show last Tuesday. We had a great time. Y'all know tonight, Tuesday nights, the Deep Link Radio Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and the replay is from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. That is offtopradio.com. That is offtopradio.com. And then we stream it on offtopradio.net. Sorry, offtoprecords.net. Sort of like Tidal and iTunes, our streaming service. So if you are an artist that needs radio play or streaming, you know, get at me at sky.blacke@gmail.com. This one says Yahoo at the bottom, but that's for something else. But if you want to send your music as an MP3 or MP4, that is sky.black@gmail.com. And then when we done, we roll it over to Mr. Damo here, and he does the interview and puts you in the hat and stuff for this year's first inaugural male or female soul-driven artist of the year.
Yes, and this is the female trophy. I got the male trophy in the back behind me. So it is, at the end of the year, we're going to have the soul-driven female and male artist of the year. The way that you qualify, all you have to do is come in, do an interview with me. It's an artist interview promoting yourself, talking about yourself as far as an artist and the direction you're trying to go into. Once we finish up our interview, you automatically qualify for Soul-Driven Artist of the Year. And this is artist-based. So it's based on, or not artist-based, but fan-based. So there won't be a panel selecting who is going to be the Artist of the Year. What's going on, Richard Coleman, man? We see you in the comments, man. Appreciate you, brother. But you will qualify for Artist of the Year, and it'll be based on fan voting. So that is it, man. Reach out to me or reach out to the Sky so we could go ahead and get you set up with an interview. You don't even have to leave the comfort of your home or where you at to do this interview. That's the great thing about this interview. So, man, we look forward to having more of y'all. I've been a fan of music my whole life, and I'm quite sure that's the same thing with Sky. So, and as many artists that we could get coming through, the better.
Absolutely. Shouts out to Malfunction. What's up? Shouts out to Miranda. How you doing? Shouts out to Malfunction. And we've been talking about the music scene. If y'all want real music scene, it's up in Clarksville, Tennessee. Malfunction and his people, they do the damn thing up there, man. Malfunction, I know you told me you said August 9th, right? If you would type a little bit about what you got going on and the sponsors and stuff that you need, we'll promote it here on the show live while we're talking. He sent me the information. I just can't remember it all.
Actually, Malfunction, later on, if you want to call in, we'll let you know. Call in, and we'll give you the floor so you can go ahead and promote it live while we're doing the show. So just stay tuned to us, and then when we open up the lines, man, just call in, and we'll give you the floor to promote. Cool. Yes. Sky, man, how was your week, man?
Man, well, it's been a long week, but everybody knows Sunday, right? No Limit Pro, the Gypsy Joe Arena, last minute 2. That's why I went down and wrestled at in Tullahoma, Tennessee. And, it was Sky Black versus D'Amico Part 2 for the No Limit Broken title. And, of course, as we sit here, I retained my championship. So, yes, shouts out to CAI, shouts out to JDV, Carnage Michaels, shouts out to Classic Man and Destiny Rose. CAI, we run No Limit Pro. It's CAI versus No Limit Pro. If you ain't a part of CAI, then I don't know what you're doing. But we ran shot over No Limit Pro. We kept all of our championships. So, hey, we're just waiting for the next pay-per-view. July 12th, I'll be in Paragon, Arkansas, which is Friday. And then that Saturday, I'll be here at Top Rope Wrestling. So,
nice.
And then the 27th of July, I'll be back down this way.
Man, my week blew by quick. But let me tell y'all, man, because we've been having this heat wave. Yes. So I finally got to, cut my grass. And I learned something about myself. I would have been a terrible slave. Y'all hear me? I would have been a terrible slave. But I was out cutting that grass yesterday, and I said, you know what, dang? I think I would have just took them lashes. Because I'd rather Massa beat me down in the sun. That sun about took me out, man. About took me out. I cut, man, a couple, about 5-10 yards, and then I'm like, oh, let me go in the house. I'm in the house with ice packs on, drinking cold water. I'm like, man, I can't do this. I had to go outside 3 times to finish my yard. So really? I got out before it got too hot, right? It was a little breeze coming through, and I was like, yeah, it's hot, but it ain't too bad with this breeze. And then 10 o'clock smacked me, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, nah, man, I can't do it, Jesus. I can't. Jesus, let me go inside. Man, I went inside, man. I was sitting on the couch like how like the fighters be sitting in the corners with them ice packs on and stuff? I was like that, man, sipping water out of straw. I'm like, man, I got to go back out here for these 2 more rounds. Man, I finally got back out there. Got that grass and finished it, and I said, oh, man, I hope I don't see my yard for another week and a half, 2 weeks. I hope it don't rain, man. I felt like I almost died out there yesterday. You hear me? And it's even hotter today.
That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely right. Okay, so what he said, the artists from Clarksville and surrounding areas have got together to support the city. A supporter for support event. This is a school supply drive event with live music, free haircuts, free food, face painting, vendors, crafting. Oh yeah, let me know more about that because I do want my company to be a sponsor of Malfunction. So I don't know if there's any paperwork I need to fill out, or send money or show up. Just let me know. Clarksville Music Scene is partnering with, I don't know what this says, Wires of Clarksville to put this event on with many dropped off locations for school supplies that will be donated straight to the schools of CMCSS. This is our second annual. Well, congratulations on your second annual. And anybody that wants more information, he goes by Richard Coleman III on Facebook. Support, donate, be a sponsor. I guess if you're an artist and you want to do the live music, contact Richard Coleman. I know him as Malfunction. and I play his music. So we'll contact him on there. And congratulations again, Malfunction, on the second annual event. I do want to be a part of it.
Before the show is over, I'm gonna make sure I search him up on Facebook so I can, because I don't know if me and him is friends, but I want to make sure I connect with him. So definitely want to do that. Let me see if I can actually put this comment showing. I don't know if it's gonna show all of it, but there we go. So we're going to leave that on there for a little bit, man. So you guys can read that and y'all can go ahead and follow him. Well, I got to take it off because I don't want to cover up my boy Sky. But we're going to try to read that for a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what we're going to be talking about today. We got some good topics for today. Some of them funny. They're absolutely hilarious.
Gotcha.
All right, so we're going to put that up there. Hopefully, I can get it up there a little bit later on. Today's topics, man. So, y'all know, man, Governor Lee signed a couple bills, and they all have taken effect July 1st. All right, so new Tennessee laws have taken effect July 1st, which was yesterday. But one of them was hilarious, and I'm going to tell y'all one of these bills. Because, come on, Tennessee. One of the bills is, it is illegal to marry your first cousin. Like, did they really have to put that in the bill?
Yep.
Is that really a thing? Is that really something going on?
I hate to say it, but yeah, I believe so.
First cousin? That's like your sibling. Man.
Because a lot of first cousins grow up together. So they are like siblings.
That's what I'm saying. That man. Also, man, a crazy DNA test that you guys wouldn't believe. Man, this is one of the craziest DNA tests I've ever heard. All right. Then a man that believes he impregnated 2 twins. But the twist in the story is bizarre. All right. So we're going to talk about that. A man kicks a girlfriend out after he catches her cheating with a woman. So we're going to talk about that. A woman, I don't know if y'all heard this story, runs over her baby's father while he's holding their baby. All right? Which is crazy. And then we got this question. This girl made a great comment and analogy on something that I want y'all to hear. And we're going to ask, is she right or is she wrong? So if you guys can, if you're watching, one way that you guys can help me and Sky grow is to share this live, share it with your friends, your family, and share it as many times as you can. Even after the day, you can share it tomorrow, Wednesday the 4th. Just share it with us. That's one way you can help us grow. And also, man, we appreciate the people in the comments. Every now and then, we are going to start posting more comments so people could see the interactions that's going in on the show while we're live. And if you don't catch the show live, you can always catch the recap, okay? So you can catch the recap of the show after the show is finished going live. We are right now on YouTube, X, Twitch, Facebook. Where else, Scott? We'll restream and where else?
I believe that's it. Or maybe we can do some shorts on Instagram, but that's about it.
Yeah, and we're on both. So we're in my networks and his networks. So if you see this, share it. We appreciate you. And I guess we're gonna go ahead and get into this. But before we do, I want to go ahead and play a song, man. Shout out to Dominique J. She got a show this weekend at the Golden Girls Event Center down in Memphis. They have a show at 8 o'clock. So make sure y'all be there, man, to support her. So I'm going to go ahead and play her song. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into these topics. I appreciate her, too. Because Dominique, DJ, I see you sharing the lives. So I haven't seen you in the comments, but I really appreciate you showing the lives when we go live.
Yes.
And y'all make sure y'all go out and support her, all right? So without further ado, this is her song, and then we're going to go ahead and get into some of these crazy subjects.
Attentively, tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you. You love it when I take it there. Love it when you pull my hair. You love it when I take it slow and drop it down low. You're so I just want you to know how I feel inside. I want you to know how I feel about you. I want you to know that I need you. Sweet, attentively and tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you.
All right, man, we are back, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you can share the live, that will be of great appreciation. The call-in number is below. So how the call-in works, basically, right, is you will call. We will give you a minute to speak your piece or speak your mind. Then afterward, if you want more time than a minute, basically you would either cash at me or you will PayPal Sky $5, and we would extend. Give you another time limit of 5 minutes. So that's how that's going to work. But we're going to get into this, man. So Governor Lee, man, signed in some new bills. And here's some of these bills that took effect yesterday, right? There are changes coming into how Tennessee handles DUI offenses. Governor Lee signs a bill preventing minors from creating social media accounts without parental consent. So I can't wait to dive into that. That's going to be interesting. He signs a bill to arm teachers in schools. So that's one of them that kind of piqued my interest. So, Sky, what do you think about that? Having armed teachers, and especially with the Covenant school shooting, what do you think about that? Having armed teachers in school?
Well, if you're going to arm teachers in school, that means you got to train them, right?
Right.
And if you train them, then where they're going to put the gun until there's actual time. When we say arm, I don't always, you don't even have to always mean a gun. You just talking about a weapon like a knife, like a taser, like pepper spray, like gun. Okay, well, depending on what type of weapon they have, what type of training they need, right? And you can train a teacher, to me, is just an average Joe, all day long. But when the stuff hits the fan and it's time to protect, then you're gonna really see if arming them was right. Because it's one thing to be in class teaching me how to shoot and do this, but when somebody actually has a weapon that's coming after me, shooting at me live, it's like playing sports. Practice is one thing, but when you were playing in the game, that's a whole different ball game. So when you put this in these teachers' hands, all they're thinking about, especially those, then you have to have psychological stuff, because a lot of these teachers might have been in the military and they could be shell shocked. So every little thing they hear, they thinking, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, let me. So it's a lot of variables that go into it than just, okay, here's a gun and somebody kicks in the door, shoots them. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a teacher that's not ready, because most teachers are like white, Christian, Anglo-Saxon white women who just don't believe in violence and guns any damn way. You know what I'm saying? So then you have to convince them, because a lot of teachers might not want any weapons in their classrooms. They'll be like, hey, this is why we hire police officers or off-duty people to come and walk the campus. So I don't know if, did you say the bill made it mandatory or they have an option?
Well, they have an option. They are legally able to carry.
Gotcha. So if the principal says, hey, y'all can carry weapons to protect yourself and y'all kids, then each teacher gets to decide if they want to, or it has to be mandatory that every teacher do it. Because if the teachers do, what about the janitors? What about the assistant principal? What about the secretaries? So who all gets to be armed? And then if everybody's armed, you got a bunch of guns. Yeah, if everybody's armed, you got a bunch of guns circling the school for these little kids or teenagers to get a hold of.
Yeah, I'm kind of man on the fence about this one, because I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, with now people running rampant with mental instability. I get it. But then on the flip side of it, I don't trust a lot of these teachers. You know how many of these teachers, man, being arrested we see on the news every time we turn around for, messing with a minor.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put, weapons in the hands of a lot of these teachers that aren't even mentally stable.
Correct.
To me, a lot of them need psychiatric evaluation. I'm just saying. A lot of them do. So I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. I think I'd be more comfortable if they would just simply do this. Hire an officer and put an officer on every floor. Put one officer per floor. Give them walkie-talkies and allow them to do their job. I don't think the teachers need to focus on teaching. A lot of them can't do that. You know what I'm saying? They have a hard time doing their job as it is. And now they got to be worrying about carrying a weapon, because that's a grave responsibility. Because you're right, Sky. What happens if one of these kids get their hands on it? Teacher put it down or put it in their desk, so-called locking their desk. Kid break the lock, get the weapon, and then use the weapon. Now what? Now what are we talking about?
Absolutely.
So I agree, Sky.
Absolutely.
Something else, he signs a bill punishing street racing, which is about time, man. I was out in Antioch. Antioch is horrible when it comes to that.
Man, it sure is. He was absolutely correct.
Actually, every weekend I worked in Antioch, I would see street racing and drag racing every weekend. So I thought that was just a thing, but here's something else funny. Well, I think this cool. He signed a bill to put more nurses in Tennessee schools. So I like that. Having more nurses. Not only I think they need to have more nurses, but I think they need to have psychiatric, people there, psychiatrists in the school. Simply put, I think they need to have more psychiatrists. Because I'm going to tell you, these kids going to need it. Psychologists also. Psychiatrists and psychologists. Because after COVID, these kids need it. And they need to have them in school. They need to have somebody that kids can go and talk to.
Right. I thought maybe they had enough. I don't think they call them nurses in school. What are you supposed to go when you?
Yeah, but I think they need to have more. They need to have more mental nurses. Somebody they can talk to.
Right.
So here's something that he signed. This is funny. He signs a bill banning emotional support animals from restaurants. So you know how people would take their little emotional support dog and go to a restaurant? Well, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want your dog in the same room with me and he's shaking his fur. And then fur going on and I done paid this high-ass bill to eat this meat. I'm sorry, man. I get it. You need emotional support. I'm a dog person myself. I love dogs. Dogs. But damn, man, I ain't gonna have my dog in somewhere. And I know my dogs are shake all the time. My dogs is ruthless. They'll see you with a cup or something, and they'll go, and that's why we don't allow them in our kitchen and stuff. Because they'll shake and look at you and dare you to say some shit. So I'm sorry, man. Keep your dogs at home. And if you have an issue with that, just eat at home. Order your food and just take it home.
Right.
But I don't want your damn dog shaking this damn fluffy hair and it's floating up and back and forth in the air while I'm eating and drinking.
Right. I mean, at least you have the dogs that don't shed. If
you got a bald-headed dog, then all right.
But I don't. I never understood that. I knew having service dogs for the blind and stuff, but I never really understood having dogs for emotional stress. Hey, wow. So that's something I have to really research, because on the outside it's like, don't everybody have dogs for emotional stress? Like, that's why most people have animals, But I didn't know that it's cool to take your animal to like a 5-star restaurant, stuff like that. So, I didn't know much about that.
Man, I think it started with a lot of military personnel coming back from war and needing emotional support animals just to keep their mind off of, because ain't no love like an animal's love, especially if you're a dog owner. So I get it, right? And most of them are trained for that. You can't walk up and pet them. You can't really interact with them, so I get it. But in restaurants, though, no. Keep your damn dog, cat, squirrel, or whatever else you carrying. They got fur out of them restaurants. I'm just saying.
I agree. I do.
He signs another bill requiring local officers to aid U.S. immigration authorities. So, man, I think that's a good thing, especially seeing how open the borders are. You got a lot of these immigrants that they don't have any record of, and you don't know if they're good or bad. You see a lot of stuff that's taking place, with the attacks on women. So I think that's good that they are having officers to help aid, immigration authorities into that. Right. So I think that's good. And like me and Sky was talking about earlier, what I mentioned to Sky, earlier they were talking about he signed a law where first cousins can't get married in the state of Tennessee. And I'm feeling embarrassed by that. Because I ain't know we was still doing that down here. You know what I'm saying? But thank God I ain't got no cousins. I ain't got no cousins. And the reason, that's why I moved to Tennessee. Because I was afraid, you know what I'm saying, of my kids interacting with their cousins. They ain't got to worry about that. We don't have no family. Personally, I think that when your family get big enough, you need to uproot your family and leave and build a family elsewhere. Because eventually, y'all cousins gonna be bumping into each other.
And I know it.
And not knowing that you can only keep up with so much.
Gotcha. Speaking of that border, what you just said, I wanted to just segue for a second. What did you think about the debate?
It was absolutely hilarious. Absolutely the clown show that I thought it was going to be. Just a couple of pointers, though. I think, man, for the people that support Trump, they kind of expect they know what they expect. They know what they're getting.
Yeah.
But one thing I did not like is the media lying. What the media showed is just how much they are untrustworthy. Because for the last 3 or 4 years, they've talked about how sharp Biden has been. You know what I'm saying? How mentally sharp he's been. How, people been asking these questions about his mental state. Because we've been seeing him falling off bikes, falling off stairs, tripping on steps, all kind of stuff. But we like, okay, this dude is showing signs of dementia. And we all have had elders. And we've known and seen them signs, with the speech and everything, him getting lost in the middle of a thought. And we like, damn, what is he talking about? We've seen them signs. And they have covered it for the last 3.5 years. And for them to put him out on stage, knowing like people who pay attention to politics, they're not shocked by that, right? Yeah. So to see that people who pay attention to it, we're not shocked. But we're shocked by the people who act like this is something new to them. Mm-hmm. Because there was one segment where it was so funny, where Trump was like, I don't know what he said at the end. I don't even think he knows what he said. I fell out. You know what I'm saying? But it was sad in a way. Because, man, elderly abuse is not okay. And his wife, I hope that no money would influence not just my wife, but my kids or any family member to push me out there in that state just for their own benefit, right? Knowing that I need to be in a nursing home or I need, that kind of elderly care. And that was evident. How could you not see that and be feeling like, damn, this might be a good time to attack the United States? But then I had to think about it. Who's going to invade us? We already getting invaded. Hell, they let so many immigrants in here. I mean, it's scary. We're going to be competing for resources and jobs. There's only so much to go around. So that's just my final thoughts. I don't want to ramble anymore, but we can talk about that all day, though.
Gotcha. I liked it because, one, there was no crowd. All these people making up all this damn noise. And 2, it was just them because, in the primaries, you had like 50 people on stage. Right. So I like that set. I wish they would keep it that way. Just them two moderators, no crowd, no noise. And they muted the other person's mic so you couldn't overtalk. And it was only like 30 minutes long. Well, the YouTube I saw was 30 minutes long. So
no, it was an hour and a half, bro.
Yeah, about an hour and a half? Okay. So yeah, I enjoyed that, yes.
I do like the setup. I absolutely agree. I like the fact that they made sure that they tried their best because often Trump would go ahead and, I guess reply to Biden and then come back to the question that they asked him. And I like the fact that they kept going back to that to help him stay on track. And I like the focus that the setup that they had, it allowed you to just focus on both of them and not everything else that was going on around. So I agree. I absolutely agree. I hope they keep it like that, Sky.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. Will there be another debate, or was that just it?
They don't need to have another debate. I'm just telling you. Because it's not going to help Joe. It's not going to help Joe. As a matter of fact, it brought me to an understanding of why they kind of hid him in 2020. I wouldn't have put him out there either. Because had people saw that in 2020, then, you know, a lot of the people that's going to vote for him going to vote for him anyway, but the independents, it would have swayed. So it made sense of why they kind of was like, nah, we want to keep him hid as much as we can. And that debate showed why. I don't know if it's going to be any different. Supposed to have another one in September. I don't know if it's going to help. So I don't think, and even Trump, I don't think the debate helped Trump much. And I just don't think so. So what do you think? You think they need to hold another one, or what are your thoughts on that?
If they do it that way, yes. You know, again, I'm so used to, because usually by this time there's also a third party presidential candidate that be on stage who know damn well they ain't gonna win. So I like it when you just have the two big parties, each. And another thing is Joe didn't have a primary, and I don't too much like that. I mean, same thing with Obama. You didn't have a primary. You was gonna be the lead guy on the ticket. At least with the Republicans, they had a primary, and a primary to me is sharpening your skills once you get elected. See, Trump had to go through, I don't care how many people ran on the Republican side, and beat them. So he's like, to me, he sounded sharp because he had to go through all the primaries to get here. Who did Joe have to debate? Because if Joe had to debate somebody in the primaries, they could have seen his weaknesses on the way to the stage. You know what I'm saying? But if there was no Democratic primary candidate running against him, right? JFK Jr., he left the Democratic Party and ran as an independent. Then you get the final product on stage because nobody was around to see like, oh, he looks terrible. You never put him in a debate until now, so he's supposed to look terrible. But Trump had been to all those debates, whether he showed up or he did it.
He did
online and all that stuff. He was still traveling, doing I don't want to call them concerts, whatever you call them, conventions. So he was sharpening his skills, him and his team, his writers, everything. All y'all didn't do nothing for Joe as far as debating. Nothing. And that's why you got what you got when you took him to the stage.
You know what? Another thing is, and people just don't realize this, man, Trump wasn't at a lot of these, primaries because they held him up in court. He was dealing with so much legally, right? And then not only that, but I don't think Trump felt like that he had to go up in these primaries because he had such a strong base, a voting base. Man, it's their job to knock off his base, to take away from his base. And just, unfortunately, there was no candidates that could. Not enough to challenge.
Right.
And so that's it. I think they should have just, rather than have all them, that's the thing I wish they take away, them mail-in ballots. There's no point in having mail-in ballots. If you can't go vote, then I think you revoke your right to vote if you can't show up and vote. Because if you laying in the hospital half dead, or you in the nursing home or whatever half dead, man, what do your vote matter anyway? You gonna be out of here or something.
That's correct.
You one step being out of here. I see you under attack.
Correct. Yeah, you was absolutely correct.
So,
well, I mean, I never understood the mail-in ballot thing anyway, because You're not showing no ID. You're not showing nothing. You just signing your name. This is who I choose, and hoping, because depending on your mailing system, hoping that it gets to where it's supposed to be. Because some of them don't. I'm still waiting on mail from 20 years ago that it ain't never got here.
And I think that's just, that's why people are questioning, man, our voting system, because that, I can vote, get a mail-in ballot, and then have a dead family member, if I got their information, vote again, and then they just gonna count. You know what I'm saying? It's just so easy. It's so easy to manipulate the voting system when you have something like that. That I think you just need to show up, show them your identity, vote, and go on about your business. And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be voting. I'm sorry, people might get offended by that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're too old to get out the house, because a lot of y'all elderly, y'all could go grocery shopping when you need it, right? So if you can't go out and vote, then you have, thrown away your right to vote. That's just in my opinion,
Right. I agree.
The next, we're going to get into this. Is she right or is she wrong? This is something, man, I want y'all to listen to. I thought this was a good video, and I was like, this is pretty interesting. So without further ado, let me go ahead and turn my volume up. I want to play this so y'all can hear it. Then we're going to talk about it.
I have never seen a woman make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty of men make broke women rich. Do you think that we have a problem in society? We definitely do. We got many of them. But why is it that, a woman will never stay with a broke man, but a broke man has no problem, providing and building up a broke woman? Because the thing is nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the wrong man. But then they'll look at a guy who's working fucking 60 hours a week at a job that doesn't really pay that much, but he's doing his fucking best, and she'll look at him and be like, that's broke boy energy. No, that's hubby energy, actually. That's fucking husband material, actually. I feel like as women, we have such a strong desire to be taken care of that we forget that men are human beings. I have never seen a woman.
So what do you think about that? I thought that was pretty interesting. So,
man, so I understand what she's saying. I meant to say, Sam, for people that want more information about Malfunction's event, go to the Clarksville Music Scene on Facebook. So go to Facebook and type in Clarksville Music Scene, and the information will come up. But as far as the topic, I ain't got much long to say, because I was just saying this to a friend the other day. As a man, I don't like to always show up empty-handed. You know what I'm saying? As a man, I always want to play a part. As a man, I always want to contribute, right? So as men, most of us, this is what we do. We are supposed to be the providers, right? So even if we're broke, or if our women are broke, our job is to provide. Now, on the other end, as a woman, you was never really taught that you were supposed to be the provider, right? So if you are a woman and you looking for a man that's already established or stable, I am not against that whatsoever. Not a gold digger, there's a difference. I'm not against that whatsoever, because most women are raised to protect the home, protect the kids, and find you a man that's gonna keep a roof over you both, and who can support you to the day y'all die in this marriage. So I understand where she's coming from, but I think she's coming from a place of she's listening to a lot of ratchet, sexy red type women talking. I think that's what she was listening to. A bunch of gold diggers talking about, if you ain't making six figures, if you ain't in the NFL, I don't want to be bothered with you. But to me, I believe the average woman, I don't care if your boyfriend works at McDonald's during the day and Burger King at night, he has a honest, earning job. You ain't got to worry about the police kicking in your door, no drug dealers trying to rob you. Most of them, hey, he's working, he's providing, we're good to go.
I couldn't agree more. I would just say this, man, be careful and pay attention to your preference. Because yes, you can prefer a man that make over six figures or whatnot, right? But understand that there are consequences that come with that. So when you get with a man, are you in it? Are you dealing with him because of him or his wallet? Okay? Because if you're dealing with him for his wallet, who am I to say you're wrong for doing that? But then if you're getting the Diddy treatment, I don't want to hear you complain.
Right.
Because that's what you signed up for. So I don't want to hear you complain.
Correct. But then here's the thing. Here's some scenarios, right? So if you're the man, and let's say you meet a woman who don't have a lot of money, that's not financially stable. I think it's just in us as men to say, okay, I don't mind extending the olive branch and helping you get to where you need to be, whether you're gonna be my wife or not, just helping you get to where you need to be. But women are not trained to help a broke man get up. Men are trained to help women get up. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't see it as a bad thing if a woman doesn't have the skills, because if she's broke, right, and you broke, if she doesn't have the skills to go out here and get it and invest and save, I'm not mad at her, because if nobody taught her how to do that, it's okay. But most men, we are either taught at home or we learn on our own how to build homes, how to invest, how to protect our money, how to get caught. So if we can always go out and find a broke woman and help them get up, but a woman finding a broke man and helping him get up, I've never really seen that.
I understand why that is, why it's like that. Because I think when men, for the most part, when we get into relationships, when we commit to a female, we have forever in our mindset. The majority of us, not all, right? So when we get involved in a relationship, we're more committed. I think women, their commitment is based on happiness, right? So once they're not happy, they want to move on.
Right.
So when it don't matter with us, if we're making, minimum wage or we making six figures, we don't care about a woman's, what she bringing as far as financial, because we're not looking for anything financially from them. We're looking for other qualities. I think women, on the other hand, it's their happiness, and unfortunately, that requires, a man's financial position.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's it. They can be in a financial position, right? They could be making $150,000 a year and still want a man to make just as much or more than that. They don't even respect the man that, even if she making 150 and he only making one, she still won't have no respect for him.
Right.
They only respect men to make more than that.
And you know what the hard part is? It's sort of like the equivalent of winning. Like, it was hard for me to win this championship, but to maintain it is even harder, right? So whether you make less than the woman or you make more than the woman, your job as the man is to maintain the money for however long y'all together living and to protect the money. So if somebody comes with a lawsuit or anything else, you know how to protect it, LLC it, and get a lawyer, and stuff like that. So let's say she's making 150 and I'm making one.
Right.
Maybe she's a little upset because she makes more, but if I teach her how to protect her money and mine, then that might balance it out, because she might know how to make 150, but hell, she could be a paycheck away from being out on the streets because she don't know how to invest and protect that 150. So there's a difference, y'all, between making the money and protecting the money, and tax laws and things like that. You bring that to the table, shit, she might not care that you make less. But if you ain't bringing nothing to the table but your penis, then that's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what that woman was probably saying in there.
You're absolutely right. Well, this man right here, man, he ain't competing with penises. He competing with something else. So we gonna go into this story. We gonna go, because this is a lot to take in. So we gonna play where this dude, man, he caught his girlfriend cheating, but she wasn't cheating with another man. She was cheating with a woman. And that's tough. I don't know. if I even know if I can handle that. But without further ado,
Tell them what you did, though. Tell them what you did. All right. So I had a girl, and he's doing the most. Like, tell them the truth. Doing the most because you're on your words. I know because you're doing the most. You're doing the most. Are you seriously throwing my stuff? Are you putting out my stuff out the door? What are you doing? You're not staying here. You think you finna disrespect me? I'm not staying here. No. But this is my house. But you finna leave. You finna leave if you're not gonna respect me, though. That's what you're. I told you. I was honest. This is what. Look, if people want honesty, right? This is what you get for being honest. Like, are you about to put my stuff down? I'm not going nowhere. The stuff you do have. But I'm not going. Little stuff I have. Really. What are you doing? I can't believe you. Look at you. Look. Insecure. I didn't cheat on you. I did not cheat on you. It was a woman. Yes. It was a woman. That's why it's not cheating. Yes. I'm insecure because of that. Yes, man. Look. Are you serious right now, bro? You going ballistic, putting all my stuff by the door? Because you think this is a game. What's wrong with you? You think this is really a game?
So, first and foremost, I want to say I wouldn't have just been going back and forth. I think I just would have just put all her stuff in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because as a dude, it's tough enough for us men competing against other men. But that just comes with the territory, right? But I can't compete with no woman. I'm sorry, man. I can't compete with no woman. I'm not going to compete with no woman. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got no rub. I can't compete with that. If you like to lick rubs, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to compete with that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I wouldn't even date women that will kiss other women. I wouldn't date them. Because I can't provide, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. I can't provide that for you.
Right. I don't know. Well, first of all, they always say men are down low, right? So now we know women are down low too, right? You have down low women, right? So I don't know if he was more concerned about, because to me, cheating is cheating, regardless whether it's a male or woman, it's cheating. But she's saying, well, it's a woman, so how is it cheating? Well, I guess he's thinking anything that's penetrating you that's not me is cheating, because your girlfriend on the side could have on a dildo or something and penetrating you. That's still cheating. You know what I'm saying? Or you sucking the dildo, whatever you're doing sexually that's not me, in my mind, is cheating. So yes, I agree with him, especially if you're the type of person that if you cheat on me, you got to go. I agree. You got to go regardless if it's a male or woman. Because I know people who believe kissing is cheating. I've seen, you kiss a different person.
It is.
You got to go.
It is. But man, for another woman to get your woman aroused and get her off, how can you compete with that, man? I mean, you just can't.
You really can't. Yeah. Yeah. So
I think it's more hurtful if it was another woman that took your woman than another man. Because another man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that hurt. Another man dominating your woman. Mm-hmm. But another woman, I mean, another woman, man, I mean, you can't compete with that. What do you say to that?
That's a good question, man.
I could have put that dildo on and did that to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I mean, I guess it makes you feel bad if a dildo does her better than your actual.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a plastic, like I can't compete with plastic, man.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. That's kind of crazy. You're absolutely correct about that. I don't know. He's just hurt, and I think it might have been more to the relationship than just that. Because ain't no telling what led her to go to the woman.
She was drinking.
Bisexual
with alcohol involved.
Yeah.
That's bad enough.
She could be bisexual to begin with and was just embarrassed to tell him. I have no clue, but this is why you're supposed to get to know somebody before you get into these relationships with them. You know, getting in a relationship with somebody just right off the top, then that you find out they sleeping with women. I don't know. It's something you could have found out prior to that. I have no clue.
And it's twofold bad because she did it and didn't even include you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know, and once she included another female, I guess the relationship was over. But the fact that she didn't include you, it makes it bad too. But you know what, man? Shoot, these folks out here crazy. This next story, Sty, is even crazy. So this dude, I want you to hear this because I've come across a lot of DNA stories. This by far is one of the craziest ones. So without further ado, we're going to listen to this and then we're going to chime in.
Conversation about marking your children at birth. And I'm going to share two stories with you as to why one comes from...
Hold on, let me go back. There we go.
If you're currently pregnant or want to have children in the future, we need to have a very serious conversation about marking your children at birth. And I'm going to share two stories with you as to why one comes from a story that one of my followers shared with me in the DM, and another comes from real life, a case that I have right now. Let's jump right on in. So husband serves wife with divorce papers. See, he always suspected that their 5-year-old child was not his, and I guess he finally had enough suspicion, so he DNA tested that child and come to find out it's not his. Now, wife, who's completely appalled and disgusted, stands firm on the fact that she never cheated. After looking at his DNA test paperwork, she's like, something must be wrong, so she goes and gets a DNA test for herself. DNA results come back, and while he's running around not the child's father, she's also not the child's mother. Come to find out, this child was switched at the hospital shortly after birth. Now, right now, we're unsure if the switch was intentional or unintentional. But do y'all remember that big story that happened in 2021 where this nurse who was on her deathbed made a confession that she switched over 5,000 babies throughout her career for fun? Crazy enough, this is not even the worst part of the story. The family has found their biological child, and sadly enough, this poor baby has been in foster care. Now, this poor family has to go now hire a family law attorney to start facilitating an adoption for their own child. Could you imagine the mental anguish that had to be going through knowing that their child had been in foster care? Now, I had a similar case to this, but luckily that family had found out when the child was about 1 year old that the baby had been switched. Both families were tracked down, so we have one couple and another couple, and they both have each other's babies. In my case, one couple was suing the other couple for custody of their biological child that was with the other couple, but they didn't want to switch babies. They wanted to keep the child that they had been loving on and raising for a year, but they wanted to actually share custody with the other couple who had their biological child. That's another story for another day. Back to the subject at hand, and this is a major problem, and this is what I would recommend. Number one, you don't let your child out of your sight. They can clean your baby, weigh your baby, all right in front of you. The hearing testing, this testing, all can be done right in front of you. Now, this works, God willing, if your child is healthy and doesn't have to be rushed off for any emergency medical attention like surgery or something like that. For those parents whose child has to leave the room for whatever reason, no matter if it's an emergency or maybe you just had a little baby boy and you want him to be circumcised. If you get a chance to have your baby in your grasp, mark them. I would have on hand a non-toxic bottle of nail polish, no matter the color, white, purple, blue, pink, and the first chance you get, you just mark your baby's pinky toe down. It's time to take matters into your own hands because I don't know what's going on down to the hospital. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about what this family is doing?
So, it goes back into, I think there need to be mandatory DNA tests. I've never heard anything like that.
Truth is stranger than fiction, boy. That's crazy. That is crazy on both ends. First of all, you have my biological child that I didn't give to you that you got because some woman before she died said she didn't switch. How many was she said 500 babies?
5,000. For fun.
I have to go to court if the DNA test said it's my child? Why do I have to go to court and file paperwork and get lawyers to get my child back? Especially if you the mama. If you the mama, you push this back. Why you got to do that? That makes no sense. Sometimes I'm against government interfering in a lot of things. That makes no sense whatsoever. And then the people that has the child why wouldn't you just voluntarily give the child back? It's not yours. Because if you was in that same situation, you would want the other parents to give you your child back. And then in the situation of the first one, man, that's I don't even know what to say about the first one. Because I mean, who would have thought? I mean, now sometimes you can look at a baby when it comes out and tell that it's yours. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way it looks, color, eyes. So if you bring back a different baby, I'll look and say, this ain't my child. I looked at this baby. But if I guess if you have a normal white looking baby and they go down to the NICU and they bring back a different child and you can't tell the difference, oh Lord, we in some troubled times today.
I agree. And that's scary for the husband to go, you know, and then the wife to go and be like, I know I didn't cheat. And then find out that way that child is neither one of theirs, that is wild. And then to come find out their kid was in the system. Their kid was on in the system.
So in that situation, David, what do you do first? The first,
you gotta sue.
The child that you're being raising that is not yours, what do you do with that child? Do you find the biological parents for that child first? Right?
I think you got to.
You got to give that child back. It's like returning a library book, right? Give that child back, and then you have to go and go through the courts to get your child. Man, that's crazy in hell. That is crazy, man. I don't know what that nurse was thinking about.
Man, so think about that kid now. That their family, you know, that kid find out that them weren't even his parents.
Yeah.
The whole world flipped upside down.
Upside down.
That is evil, man. That is evil on a whole nother level. But continuing with the evilness, we got this woman that ran down her baby father while he was holding their kid. So we're going to jump into that story. But first, if y'all can, again, please share the live. Y'all can help us out a lot by just sharing the live. You know, we're at your network, and we will very much appreciate that. Me and Sky, before we get into this story, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to play some music. So this is Nitty the Hitman, you and me. We'll be right back, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man, to the Nashville Cavemen podcast show. We'll be back in the few. Whoop.
Gave me life in another form. Sexing you be like crazy, like a part of a poem. Born a leader, hugging her when I greet her. How does it feel to have a man and know just how to treat you? Make you feel good, don't it? Wanna get out and flown it. I know your nerves be getting bad, cause I be getting on it. That's why whatever you want, I go get it, no matter the cost. Your friends be dropping us off, but I'm playing them off. They don't mean nothing, they just be running their mouth. They just mad, cause they live in the bricks and I live in the house. And we hustle hard for that, and we ain't going back. They just don't know what I went through to try to get where I'm at. You think back to that shack and that old ass lack where you used to hit the block every day trying to get off that pack. When I was poor, broke, ass out, didn't wanna go home. You was the only one that had strength to keep me strong. That's why it's you and me, you and me, out of the game, you're out of the game, yeah. You and me, out of the game, in and out of the game, yeah. See forever, my lady. You and me and you, what the deal? Between both of us, you know we sure to make a meal. Can you feel what I'm saying? I not fall on my knees to pray. Things go right, I just might reminisce about the first time I seen you and the first time we kissed. Shit, we used to go half up on the sack, half up on the yak, half up at the tank, half up at the bank. We used to hit hit licks together, flip together. Shit, we went from chips to cheddar. Who better? Trying to be a foundation for us to build. From the bottom to the hills, from the ocean to the fields. Ain't you real? That's why I feel the way I feel. The sign sealed, delivered sincerely, we will. I can hold back love, I can go back love, I can go back love. Love, you and me, out of the game, you're out of the game. Me and you and me, out of the game, girl. I can go back love, I can go back love, I can go back love. I can go back love, I can go back love, I can go back love. I'm giving it to you, cause you display the truth. Everything that I'm trying to do, you trying to do it too. It's hard to tell you, but I cheated with some rats on the roll while you was giving me everything. I was treating you cold. Man, it's been hell and hot water and back with my cat. From short stacks to fat, from pintos to lax, I'm back. And how the hell I make it this far? You may not like it then, but you love me now. No more clouds or rainy days, just sunshines in your smile. Meanwhile, we've been focusing on building a new house, on a new route for more clouds, steady repping the new south. Ain't no doubt them gold diggers hate to see what you bout, because it's you and me, you and me. And out of the game, girl, it's just you and me and you and me. And out of the game, girl, you and me. I can go back love, I can go back love, I can go back love. No, no.
All right, man, that was a Nitty, man, you and me. So Nitty the Hitman, man, out of Nashville, Tennessee, man. Shout out to Nitty. You guys, man, we got another, I mean, some here have lost their absolute mind. I'm telling you, man, they need to hire more psychologists and psychiatrists, because, man, these fools out here done lost their marbles. So here's our next story. Without further ado, this is Sheriff Judd telling this story. He's actually doing a briefing. So we're going to go ahead and get into this.
You make this stuff up. It's got to be true. This is Aaliyah Ross. She's 27. She and her husband, Devin, get into an argument in their house. And Devin goes outside, allegedly to calm down. But while he's in the process of calming down, he throws a cinder block onto her vehicle. Well, that makes her mad. Did I mention to you that when Devin went outside, he took his 16-month-old son, well, actually their 16-month-old son, outside. But when the cinder block went onto the car, it made Aaliyah even madder. So she got into the car, and she lunged forward in the car like she was going to run over him. Now, he's holding the 16-month-old baby. Well, she said, I guess he didn't get out of the way, so she lunged again and ran over Devin's month-old baby. Did you hear what I said? Mm-hmm. She ran over her boyfriend and their baby. Like bump, bump, bump over, okay? Then she runs the car into, which is supposed to be some kind of relative. She leaves with the baby. She's injured. Devin is on his way to calls her and says, you've got to take the baby to the hospital. She said, no, I'm going to leave him at the house. So she drives back to the house and puts the child in the house. And then she takes off again. Devin goes back to the house, picks the baby up, and they both go to the hospital. Listen to me. The baby is in critical condition this morning. in the hospital in Tampa. And after she runs over her baby, after she leaves with him, she brings him back to the house and leaves him alone and him in critical condition at 16 months old. And then she takes off again. We're not impressed with her conduct. She's clearly violated all kinds of laws of the state of Florida. So we track her down Orlando at her sister. Our colleagues from the county sheriff's office helped us by taking her into custody until we could get there and interview her. She's locked up on too many charges to talk about in the short video. You talking about crazy? Here's a crazy woman. Have a good day.
So, I guess we go ahead and get into that one.
You remember the last topic we talked about the babies and the switching? It kind of reminded me of the movie I watched a long time ago called Raising Arizona. I don't know if you ever saw that before.
Yeah. Oh, great movie.
But as far as this subject, man, again, truth is stranger than fiction. And it just goes back to the whole saying, everybody is not meant to be parents. Everybody does not need to have children. Everybody, I mean, I know as a woman, you brought into this world with a vagina and ovaries and a uterus, and you are meant to, I guess, now by birth, give birth. But
Right.
Everybody does not need to be parents. And then as far as the man, you didn't sit here and had a baby by a woman that would run you and your child over.
Man.
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, dudes, when y'all lay down with these chicks, do y'all ever just dive into their mental state?
No, they don't.
I mean, man, like you really need to, because that's even if it was the other way around. Say if it was a father doing it, seen his baby mama holding the baby and ran her over. That's nuts. But we can't even. It's hard to imagine that a mother would do that to her own child, and then take the kid home while the kid is injured and leave the kid at home by itself and go back out to do what?
Let's go over sister's house because that's what they call them.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm telling you, my brother and sister couldn't even be at my house. You know how much I would cuss them out for doing something like that? Did my nephew like that, I'd be on your ass. You hear? But knee deep, they had to surgically remove my calf from your ass. Cause the whole foot being there. You hear me? Come to my house. What you doing in my house for? You need to be at the hospital and then turn yourself into jail for doing some dumb shit like that.
That's true. That is absolutely true. I mean, I have no clue what anybody's thinking. Running, oh, you see he's holding the child. Your child, not somebody else's child. Even if it was somebody else's child, it would still be dirty. But your child, and you still just, and even if you was playing and it was accident because you was playing, that you shouldn't even play like that. Like you shouldn't even get in the car and pretend like, because anything could have happened where you could have slipped off the brake and hit the gas and literally killed both of them. You know, and it's just like, and then the part that means what I'm saying that everybody ain't meant to be a mama is, she said, well, no, I ain't gonna take the baby to the hospital. We'll just take it back to the house. Think about that.
That, you know what? The father, if I pray that the child survives, the father needs to automatically get custody of that kid. Automatically. It shouldn't even be a court case. Man, get that child to that father. And that mother should not be around unless it should be some things that she have to go through before she's allowed around that kid anymore. Right. Matter of fact, she shouldn't be allowed around that kid till that kid is in a position where it can defend itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Personally, that's what I think.
Absolutely. She needs to go through some type of psychiatric help. She needs to, first of all, tie her damn tubes up because she don't need no more kids. And
Right.
figure out. But the sad part, that's the one we've caught. What about all the other women that haven't been caught? That's
Right.
done something like this or similar. That's
It's
what
some
scares
nuts,
me.
man.
That's what scared me because there's probably other women who's ran over folks and gotten away with it. You know what I'm saying? This one just happened to be caught. You know, it's a strange world we live in, man. I try to tell folks it's weird.
And y'all, it get weirder.
Weird, man.
It get weirder. So
Yeah.
this dude, when you hear this story, this gonna trip you out. So this is the boyfriend that thinks he may have gotten both twins pregnant. So we gonna play that. But what the twin sister did is just so out of pocket. I was like, oh, and this is why I could never, man, when I was single, I could never see myself dating a twin. And here's why. Without further ado, y'all, I want y'all to listen to this shit.
Just because I feel like I had some wrongdoing, you know what I mean? This is my lady right here in the blue, as you twin. So I got my lady pregnant, and I also feel like I got her sister pregnant. Now, before you say anything, I know this is a fact because I talked to her dude in the white shirt, and he told me he had a vasectomy. So off top, I already know what happened.
Wait a minute, I have never had a court case like this. So you telling me you think both of these young ladies that had a baby by you?
Facts, absolutely.
What do you? Okay, wait. Order my part. I need to know what do you guys got to say about all this?
This is ridiculous. That would never happen. My sister would never do that to me. Straight up lies. I wouldn't touch nobody's man but my own, Your Honor. Exactly. And that's like a trust you can't break. I don't know what he's talking about. He's better be single.
Mr. Johnson, I need to know what raised your suspicions about this.
I'm glad you asked. So the night me and my lady was together in the blue, you know what I mean? We cuddled up doing what we do. All of a sudden, you know, she was going to go to the store and grab a few things for us for some dinner. Now, when she left, as soon as she left, I would say about 5 minutes later. Now, the store is usually about 15 minutes away. Here comes her sister who looks just like her. Keep this in mind, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, she climbed in the bed. I'm sitting there kind of like, damn, that was quick. You know what I mean? But I didn't say,
hey,
I apologize.
Yeah,
I do apologize. My apologies. So she comes back in, and I say, you know, that seemed like that was quick. Now, as soon as she climbed in the bed, I don't say nothing just because, it's kind of weird. But anyway, she climbed in the bed. I put my arm around her, and I noticed that my lady, she always shaved her legs. So her sister, all due respect, got hairy legs, you know what I mean? So I was sitting there rubbing her legs. As I'm rubbing her legs, I felt the hair, you know what I mean? So off top, I was like, how did this happen? Anyway, she turned around, and she's really handsy. My girl a little bit more reserved, so she turned around handsy, but I'm thinking, it's just that time, you know, I'm about to do what I do. So she starts kissing me. As she's kissing me, I tasted a little, chicken nugget breath, you know what I mean? So
chicken nugget breath.
Yeah, it was weird. So, and we eat chicken nuggets. So I'm like, how you got chicken nugget breath? So anyway, this is the reason I know for a fact that my girl was still at the store while her sister tried to sneak in the room and be with your man.
Right. Okay, so I need to know, what is y'all take on this? I need to know what.
Bold-faced lies, Your Honor. All lies. I don't know what this man's talking about.
Yeah.
I never step out on my sister like that.
I mean, what do you got to say about this?
I have complete trust in my sister. Nothing ever shakes that. So I don't know if he just had like a fantasy and a wet dream about it or something we need to talk about later.
Fair.
But this is definitely not the vibe right now.
All right, Mr. Johnson, are you hoping that this child in the white, the one that's wearing the white, because you know they identical, are you hoping this child is not yours?
Of course, I don't want it to be. I would hope that, but to be honest, I feel like something is different. You know what I mean? I feel this weird connection with her. I can't even explain it, and that's all due respect. I'm being honest.
You have feelings for my sister.
Babe, it ain't even like that. I'm just saying, I look at the dude and I'm like, that something ain't right.
So he kind of favors you, is what you're saying?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Wow. I mean, do you see any facts?
No, her son looks like her baby daddy. I've never seen a resemblance.
This is getting, this is blowing my hair right on back. I'm glad I wore a ponytail today. Who encouraged you to come to court today?
Honestly, it was her sister's man. Like I said, I talked to him. He talked to me about having a vasectomy 2 years ago.
Hey, excuse me.
He talked to me about having a vasectomy 2 years ago. And even he said it. He got big old eyes. I got slanted eyes. If you look at the kid, you're going to see the slanted eyes.
You believe?
Wow. Slanted eyes.
I
have no reason to make this up.
It's not true. I would know if we had a brother. Yeah, no.
I mean, so how does she have a kid if the dad can't even have kids? He has a vasectomy, man.
Okay, we're not going to be talking over each other in my courtroom. I'm about to get ready to get down to the bottom of this in a minute because I definitely have the results in front of me.
Perfect.
I'm just trying to figure out the situation at hand and make it make sense because I never saw a case like this. In my 7 years of doing this, I have never had a case like this before. This is so new. This is going down in history, I believe. All right, Mr. Johnson. If these cases are yours, what are you prepared to do?
I mean, honestly, at that point, it is what it is. You know, I guess I'll just have some ghetto friends running around. I mean,
I mean, okay, wait. Hey, not in my courtroom. I need to ask you two. What are you ladies prepared to do if this man is your child and your child father?
We're not gonna have some wedding still. It's never gonna happen. I believe I'm confident it's not gonna happen.
I can see where this is gonna go a whole different direction if this comes out. That this is, I'm scared to read these results at this point. All right, guys, I have these results and they read as follows. In the case of 2-year-old Richard, you are the father. All right.
I told you, babe. I told you.
In the case of 2-year-old Illy, you are the
Wow.
You can father both.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Now listen to this.
What are you prepared to do now? How is this gonna play out?
I mean, honestly, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be no deadbeat dad. I would love to, try to find a co-parent way that we could just be a family, man. It sounds weird, but you know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey.
Wait. Hey, excuse me. This.
I knew it though.
All right, now, what are you guys prepared to do? Because I know this is going to be real tough on your families and the kids. And what are you prepared to do?
I don't know. Wow. I'm in complete shock right now. As you can see, I'm in shock as well. How can you do that to me? All the time? Look, everything we've been to? Look, after I went to the grocery store, you know I was picking you up from. After I found out my baby was shooting blanks, I had to do what I had to do.
Wow.
We had a pact to have kids at the same time. Yeah, but not by my man.
See what
We're going to keep it all in the family. And how could you sleep with her knowing that my legs ain't never hairy?
I had no idea.
It's a fantasy of yours, and y'all
It's not no fantasy. You ain't been coming on to me in a whole month, and then all of a sudden you all kissy and shit.
This is getting out of control now.
I can't trust y'all.
This is getting out of
So
Man,
once the paper said that it was his child, all of a sudden they both coming out of the house. From the whole point, I would never do that. I would never do your husband. And all of a sudden, I did because like said we had this pact that we're gonna have. See what I'm saying? Like you can't trust humans. But people get upset when I talk about prenups and insurance and making sure you keep a bank account separate. You know what I'm saying? That nobody knows nothing about because you can't trust folks. That is crazy. If that thing would have said that boy was not the father, she would have kept sleeping with him and lying about it forever. But now since that
Man,
baby is, now she has to come out and be honest with her sister.
Man, that dude absolutely wrong too. Right? I'm gonna make a couple key points. First and foremost, if you got a twin, once you get to a certain age, especially in a dating age, if they got long hair, you should cut yours short. You should modify different things about yourself where your significant other can tell the difference. Because there are some twins that look so much like twins that you can't tell if they don't modify themselves. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
The hairs on the leg should have told you. Like, if you know that one detail about your significant other and something's off, then you need to go ahead and call, or you need to have some way of being able to tell, some alarm to go off to say, hey, what are you doing right now? Even if you felt like you had to leave the bed to go call her in another room, right? It needs to be some way that, you can check, at least find out.
Right.
That sister, man, is ratchet. Absolutely
ratchet. I knew they were black. Hell, even the judge sounded black. But then I went on your Facebook page and looked at them. Yeah, I'm like, these people sound black, and they are. And so,
but look how close the sisters resembled each other.
Yeah, they did. Luckily, they were wearing two different outfits in the damn video.
Yeah, because it would have been hard to tell. I could look at that and see. But if we could look and say, hey, man, her legs ain't hairy like this, something off. Like, that's a alarm going off. That's the red flag.
In my opinion, Damo, he's full of shit. He knew that wasn't his girlfriend. And that ain't the only time they have been having sex. Come on now. He been sleeping with the twin more times than just that once. Right. And so this is the way to save face, to say, oh, it was just a one-time thing. She slid in my bed. It was dark. I couldn't tell it was you. Bullshit. The woman just said that we had a pact that me and you was going to have babies at the same time. My boyfriend was shooting blanks. So that means for us to have babies at the same time, I got to be sleeping with your husband multiple times to hopefully get pregnant because he's ejaculating in you too. So he been sleeping with both twins for God knows how long.
And he said something that I think, I hope it don't go over your head. He told her, the girlfriend, that she hadn't been intimate with him for a while.
Thank you.
And remember, he was saying, well, she was a lot more handsies than my girl is. So he knew. He just, and I agree. It had to have happened a couple times.
She said a while. So if the twin A ain't been touching you in a while, you've been touching twin B for a while. And the only innocent person in it is twin B's boyfriend, because he don't know what the shit's going on.
Right.
But but what gets me is, why did the boyfriend of twin A decide to come out? He talking about, I talked to the boyfriend of twin B and he talking about he had a vasectomy. That still don't give you a reason to out everything. Something went wrong to the point where he had to get in front of the story. Because I believe maybe the twin was going to get in front of the story and oust him. So he figured, hell, I need to get in front of the story and oust her. Because there was really no reason for it to even come out, to be honest with you. Because they could have said twin B could have cheated with somebody else. That's why it wasn't that guy's. But for him to come out and say, I am the father, and take it to court for people to see it on TV, something went wrong.
I think what happened is two guys finally got together and was talking. Maybe they was just at was just visiting at the house together, and the men, you know how men talk, sisters go on their way. And he probably was, congratulating them. And then he was like, man, I had a vasectomy. And then the dude probably, man, maybe that did happen. Maybe he, initially did. I think he's still full of shit, right? But I just think it just came out, where it just was in a position where it had to come out. And that's why it happened. I think it just had to come out. Once he found out that dude had a vasectomy, he ain't had no choice but to come out.
I mean, it would have came out probably eventually, sometime, maybe 4 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line. But as of right then and there, if I'm in that situation, you gonna have to catch me. You gonna have to, when that child turned 18 and y'all doing DNA test, find out it's mine. I'm not gonna oust myself before the baby. I mean, that's just crazy.
I don't think he had a choice. Once that dude,
and that's what I'm saying. That absolutely, he had to get in front of the story first. And I just don't know why. I don't know why. I'm thinking maybe the twin was going to oust him first.
Because she would have had to come out and say who the father was.
That's right.
If he would have pulled out and her boyfriend would have pulled out, here's the paperwork showing 2 years ago I had a vasectomy. She would have had to come out. So I think he jumped out ahead of the story.
It's just triflingness and laziness. If she wanted to have a baby, go find somebody else to cheat with. Why are you cheating on with the sister's boyfriend? Because you lazy. Because now, because of you've talked to the sister, you know the boyfriend, it's easy to sleep with him than to go out here and try to find somebody brand new to sleep with. That's why I don't understand, folks, because it's too many women out here for me to sleep with anybody's woman. When somebody sleeps with your woman or even if it's your sister, like when your best friend sleep, it's because he's lazy. Because he's grew up around y'all all his life. So it's easy to go after your sister than for him to try to go out here and find somebody new. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen, when it comes to relationship, a bunch of lazy folks sneaking and trifling and all that old stuff. That's just crazy. And then you see why they passed the law. You can't sleep with your cousin.
That's nuts. The fact that they even got to put that stuff in the law is absolutely nuts.
Because people are so lazy, they sleep with their cousin.
And you are absolutely right, Sky. There is nothing more trifling in the world than going after your kids or your siblings or your family members, significant other, in a sexual manner. That is nasty.
That's absolutely true. Now, on the vice versa, we've said that right now in some parts of the world, for every one man, there's 9 women, right? So maybe if it was the other way around, I'd be like, well, you know what? It's slim pickings because you got a lot of gay men, you got a lot of down low men, you got a lot of men that just won't have sex until they're married. So the pool for women is very, very thin. But on our side, the pool for men is huge. So as a man,
we really don't have no excuse.
Right. As a man, when I bring you my woman, every man around me should be like, I don't know who the hell she is. I've never seen her before a day in my life. There is no way in hell anybody from the neighborhood or anybody I've talked to should ever say, I've seen her before. Well, she got to go. Even if you tell me you've seen her before, she got to go. It's just too many women in this world for me to have to go after anybody's ex-girlfriend, sister. I won't even go after your cousin. Like, what the shit? You know, get on a dating app, get on whatever, the chat line. These people are just filth. That's just filth. And he's not using condoms.
Ain't got no class, man.
So you coming in both sisters. You're not using no condom. So,
now they got to go to school as brother cousins.
Brother, thank you. Oh, my Lord.
We brother, sister, and we cousins.
Oh, my God. That's just...
We brothers or we sisters or we brother and sister and we cousins.
That family tree is going to be
Mommy, can I go over to my sister's house today? Man, that's nasty, man.
Yo, Sambo, how you doing, brother?
That's crazy.
It is, man.
Buddy.
Crazy. I'm telling you. And again, once I heard the voices, I was like, God, did they have to be black? And there you go. It's just it's just not black culture as a whole, but it's just a certain part of the black culture is just like, you just can't believe it exists. Like, folks just like I say, in the mud, in the dark, where you can't see them, they just down there doing all type of lewd and lascivious things, man. That's crazy.
And you know what, Sky? This is proof that you should never bring in family members to move in with you. And you should never leave your significant other alone with. Because the people that you think won't stab you in the back is the person that's most likely holding a knife in your back.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling you. Always the people you think won't screw you over, that screw you over.
That will screw you over. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, everybody keeps saying family over everything, family first. Now, family will do you in. Her twin sister, not just her sister, her twin sister, and done her in, and was sitting there in front of the judge, lying about it until the baby found out the baby was actually his. Then she come out and say, "Well, yeah, we've been doing it." So now you can't even trust your sister. You can't trust nothing that she's saying because she sat there standing next to you, lying out of her teeth with a straight face.
And she knew it was going to come out. So you made a point, Sky, that made me think. Maybe she wasn't just sleeping with her boyfriend and her sister's boyfriend. Maybe she was sleeping with other people and was in the hopes that it was somebody else's. Because for her to be caught up like that, it would have made sense for her to just come out and just say it. And I can understand her waiting for them to be in the court to say it, because maybe she was afraid of the consequences from her sister, as far as like physical consequences. Right. So I can understand her being more comfortable standing in front of the judge in hopes that there would have been some kind of protection.
The crazy part is all 4 of these people stay in the same house or apartment, so they got to go back home.
Do they?
I mean, you gotta go back and get your clothes. Even if they put you out, you still gotta go back and get your clothes.
I didn't know they stayed together though.
That's what I assumed. He said that while the woman went to the store, her sister snuck into the bedroom. Remember?
Yeah, but the sister may have just been visiting. You know how families come over and hang out, and the sister was like, "I'll be back. I'm going to the store to do this." You know, maybe she was going to get a couple things, right? And while she was gone, man, that sister, you know, depending on how long, maybe she was gone an hour. That's enough time.
Well, he's full of shit. He knew it wasn't her. He knew that. That's what I'm saying.
He knew that. Unless he was off in the room, because you know how a lot of dudes, you know, like a lot of men, when they a woman have a sister or friend over, we leave the room, you know, out of respect, right? It's the same way as if, like, when you come over to my house, my old lady left the room, she wasn't even there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Was she there? I don't know, because whenever I have company, she's out of the room, and this is a respect thing. Right? So he could have been in the room. The sister came in and was like, "Hey, I'm going to the store, you know what I'm saying? I'll be right back." And he probably knew that the sister was in the house, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe he was on the game. Maybe he was laying down on his phone. Don't tell him what it was. And she just slid in there butt naked.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, then let's just say for devil's advocate, the story didn't go there, right? Let's just say the story didn't go there. Let's say the sister didn't go to the store. So the twin sister comes over, right? They sitting on the couch, if that's the way the story goes. I go into the bedroom and lay down and turn the lights off. What is the chance that while she's talking to her sister, she's gonna be like, "Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and check on Sky, have sex with me while your sister's on the couch, and then go back and finish talking to the sister on the couch?"
Well, see, that sister is a fool to let her sister be gone that long. But it can happen because, man, think about this, guy. There's a lot, like if a dude cheat, man, first he got to pull down his pants, then he got to pull down his boxers. You know what I'm saying? A female can't have no underwear on, have a sundress, lift that thing up, and you can go in like that.
Absolutely. But I'm just like, if I'm in that situation,
it doesn't even take long to happen.
Correct. But if I'm in that situation, I'm laying in the bed, And my whoever comes in is like, yeah, let's have sex with Chris. I'm like, get your ass out this bed and go back in there and finish talking to your company or your sister. We not going to be having sex right now while your sister or your company is in there, right? Man. So that's just if the story went that way. Now, she tells me I'm going to the store. I know the store is 15, 20 minutes away. And the next thing I know, her twin sister gets in the bed with me. Come on now. Unless you just really mentally challenged, you knew that was not true.
He knew he was getting them yams. And
the sister could have said that the twin could have told the sister, hey, go to the store and get some stuff. Just so she can have time to go in there. To me, it's the lying. Hell, by the time y'all made it to the court with this black judge, you should have just been open and honest about everything. Why are you lying?
Yeah. And that would have been me. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Come on with me. Because if you my company, you coming with me. I'm going to the store. What the hell I'm going to leave you? I don't care who you with. I'm going to leave you at my house with my significant other, especially if I know I ain't clapped them cheeks in a while. Because that's what he said. He said, man, you haven't been intimate in a while. So you going to leave another woman over there with a dude like that who ain't, buttered no buns in a long time. And you just going to leave off to the store. And you know how women, think about what you just said. If it was 15 minutes to get to the store, 15 minutes to get back, that's 30 minutes. And then you know how women shop. Women will so-called be going to the store for 3 items, come back with 20.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of time that he had. Or that she had.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
Coming to the store with
and that's what I'm saying. It's just, to me, sort of disgusting, and it's just crazy to do that. But then it goes back to all the things that we've been saying, man. You have to vet the person that you with, because Twin A would have never thought that her boyfriend would sleep with a sister. Then she never thought that a sister would even sleep with any of her boyfriends. This girl is in a world of craziness because she don't know who to trust. She'll never be able to trust another man because of what happened, and then she'll never be able to trust her sister because of what happened. So now she's in this world.
If I'm that sister, I ain't mean to cut you off, Sky.
No,
I'm feeling out here. Because I'm going to tell you, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm about to take y'all off to something crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say this. And this going to trip y'all out. And
I agree with you, Sambo. Amen.
But man, that sister probably done sucked that stick. You know what I'm saying? She probably did that. So you done sucked some meat that been in your system?
That's what I'm saying.
Because she did. She did. She slobbed that knob. She done slobbed that knob. You know what I'm saying? That done been in her system.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's nasty. I know y'all don't be thinking like that. But y'all know that happened. Because if they ain't wearing no condoms, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened beforehand. She probably had to go ahead. He was like the way she was touching him. So she grabbed that knob and went to slob. You know what I'm saying? And that knob been in your system. That's like you eating out your system. Nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody ever think about stuff like that, but I be thinking about stuff like that.
That's why I was saying about, he said he's single. He ain't got to worry about shit like that.
Hell, even you single, you got to be worried about these chicks. You know what I'm saying? Because these chicks, man, you can't have this oral sex with anybody. She might have had a penis in there before you, and you talk about she wet, but she ain't wet like you think. That's another man's semen. You just don't know. You got to be careful. You gotta be careful, single or not. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you can't do, brother. You can't do.
I tell folks, don't go down on your woman until you're married. On your wedding night. On your wedding night, your honeymoon night, then you can probably take that chance. But until you marry her, do not put your mouth in between her legs.
And man, that's just these folks out here, boy.
Oh yeah, it's a cesspool, man.
It do.
It is.
That pool got a lot of pee in it. I'm telling you.
Yep. It makes me think. Man, you gotta be careful on who you hug, who scratches your back, who shakes your hand.
Yeah, he said I be making beats and skateboarding. I know that's right. Shit. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Hey, and for y'all that don't know about Sambo, he's one of the best at beat making. And he's from Clarksville. We just talked about Malfunction from Clarksville. Sambo, he's from Clarksville too. Hey, the music scene up there is amazing. So y'all need
Sambo. Hey, Sky, let me ask you.
Yeah.
You think next year, because I've been thinking about this, we already got the male artists and female artists of the year event going on this year. Yes. Next year, I'm thinking about producer of the year.
That could be great.
I'm thinking about doing that.
You can add that of the year. You can add that. Absolutely.
And have a network where people that's looking for beats can find and look for producers.
Yes. Well, he's one of the top. He's an excellent producer, y'all. So y'all get at him on Facebook, Johnny Sambo on Facebook. If y'all can talk business amongst each other. But I know because I used to with all them guys. We used to be at I forgot the name of that damn.
He said, "Shit, game over." What do you mean? What do you mean, Sambo?
Sambo, what was the name of that venue that whatchamacallit them used to do? Hell, I can't even think of their damn names no more. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Good Lord. Damn, what the hell was that boy's name? Anyway, it'll come to me. It will. But yeah. So yeah, that next year that would be nice to add that to it too. Yes. Because a lot of people think, yes, the warehouse. There we go. It was the warehouse and the venue. Yes. Yeah. So when I was in my rapping days,
the year, I got it easy.
Yeah, and because the venue was, because it was one place and then it moved like over there by the campus. So yeah, we used to, I can't think of the name of his name is on the tip of my tongue because he was dating that girl. Because that's why I met German, the engineer. I don't know if is he still DJing, Sambo? Is German engineer, is he still DJing up in Clarksville? And then there was anyway, they'll all come back to me in a minute. Sorry, y'all. Don't get old. It ain't cute. But yeah. Okay, so he's not doing it anymore. Okay. Because a lot of them were Loud Music. I remember Loud Music, and but I can't remember the guy who was putting the venues together. It'll come to me, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, back to what we were saying. Yeah, so you got to be careful on who you dealing with, who you talking to. Because, man, these people out here don't give a damn anymore. And the last thing you want to do is go to the hospital or go to the clinic and they talk about you got something that Ajax won't get rid of.
Or they take that big old cotton swab, man, and talk about, well, we need to go up in your beehole to swipe to see. Man, ain't no way. I had to analyze somebody. You hear me?
Right.
You got to go. You hear me? It is war now.
Absolutely.
These stories, man, we hope y'all enjoyed them, man. Next week, we'll have some more. I hope you guys have a good 4th of July. If y'all out here, be safe.
Be safe.
You know what I'm saying? And just make it to the 5th of July.
Hey, man, because a lot of people gonna have accidents. They're already out here in Wilson County blowing up shit. You know what I'm saying? Because in Wilson County, you have from the end of June to July 6th or 7th to pop fireworks. And when I tell you I know in Davidson County, it's supposed to be illegal to have fireworks and shoot them, but they do them anyway. And
2 weeks past the 4th.
Huh?
2 weeks past. We won't stop hearing fireworks until July 20th.
They really don't enforce that rule down in Davidson County, but places like Montgomery County, which is Clarksville, they sell fireworks year round. Here, we don't sell them year round, and it's only legal for 2 weeks here in Wilson County. But I tell you, they got tents selling fireworks everywhere. So I'm just like,
do you shoot them off, or do you just go to the fireworks?
I don't do none of it no more. It doesn't excite me anymore. When I was younger, I used to buy them and pop them until I had friends missing fingers and all type of shit. I was like, I ain't doing that no more. But then when I was in Nashville, I used to go up on the hill in the Edge Hill, because there was a hill up there where we could see them do the fireworks every year at 9:30. Hell, I got tired of doing that too. So to me, 4th of July is another day.
Man, one year I went downtown to see him, right? And I was on 2nd.
Yep.
2nd and Commerce.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you, it was a great spot, because when they shot them off, it was almost as if you were right up on the fireworks. It was an amazing scenery. But what sucked is it took us an hour just to get out the parking garage. That's what sucks. So I don't know. I don't know. We're going to have a meeting today, because we have family meetings. So we're going to have a meeting today to see if we want to buy them this year or if we want to go see. But I got dogs, and my hound, that stuff drives him crazy.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. And the other day, I was standing outside with somebody, and they were popping them damn things out. It sounded like Iraq or some shit. Boom, boom. I was like, good Lord, we didn't know if there was fireworks or an actual gun the way it sounded, because it was a huge boom. So yeah, and not only just fireworks, Dave, on any event downtown. When I go downtown to wrestling and stuff, you gonna sit in that parking garage for about an hour waiting for people to get out into the light. So yeah, unless you take an Uber or a Lyft, if you drive, you're gonna pay $20, $30 to park, and you're gonna sit in that garage for an hour when it's time to leave.
Yep.
Absolutely. But I'm just glad that we was able to live to see another 4th of July. For those that it has meaning to, go and enjoy yourselves or whatever. But at my age, everything, every day is a day to me. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten to the age where it's just another day, man. You know what I'm saying? Pop mouth, so we just put a couple of packs in the bonfire and ran and dodged the ball. Yeah, we used to
Johnny is crazy, man.
We used to put them in people's windows, on the outside. We always have the little where you could just put something up there. Man, we used to do all type of stuff up under cars. We used to have fireworks wars where we shooting the damn things at each other. I mean, yeah, just stupid stuff.
I seen one of them on video they had in Springfield. It was bizarre. You know what I mean? But man, y'all just please be safe. Man, we got to go ahead and jump up out of here. Make sure if y'all watching this live, if y'all can share it, man, it is very entertaining and informative, and y'all will enjoy the podcast. Yes. Sit back and watch the recap, because the recap is going to come on. It's going to show up as soon as we go off air. So he said, back up, Terry, back up. Man, the stuff we did when we were young. Man, I just want to leave with this, man. The only thing guaranteed in life is death. So, man, you can only control the things you can. Don't get overworked about the things you can't. And Sky, if you want to plug in what you guys having on tonight, man, go ahead. The floor is yours, bro.
Again, so tonight, the D-Bling Radio Show, that's offtopradio.com. offtopradio.com tonight. Of course, we'll play some new music. We'll play some old music. We're going to have nothing but independent artists. Sambo, if you're still in the music scene, my friend, and you have artists that need radio play or a place to stream their music, get at me. I talk to Malfunction every now and then. Or if you're going to be at the event that Malfunction is doing August 9th, it would be good to see you there. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that's listening and you a local artist or independent and you need that radio play, you need an outlet for your music, holler at me at sky.black@gmail.com. That is sky.black@gmail.com.
Man, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Until next week, He said I was going to ask you, how can I send some music?
Yeah, just send it as an MP3 to my email at sky.black@gmail.com. Yeah.
And Johnny, I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna go ahead and request you when we get off air too. All right.
Yeah.
So, hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Peace, love, man. Please have a safe 4th, and we will get at y'all then. All right. We are out. Peace, love.